Wait. Oh god. I really should double check the mirror. I don't want anyone to think that but if I put my headphones on too quick and then I don't fix my hair afterward, I look like a good church boy. Or someone who really can't face the fact that they are losing their hairline. Regardless. Yes, Tales of Lost, Tales of Lost. Hello! I'm going to jump straight into it. We're going relatively fast. Because I have 3 hours. Because I slept. So that was nice. And yeah, I have 3 hours because it is my nephew's birthday today. And my mom is coming to pick me up because my partner has the car. So I have a very, very hard out, which is when my mom shows up and is like, what do you mean? What is this technology? Get off of it. You need to go sit in a room with your nephew. He's 2 years old. Yay. I have 3 hours to beat all of Dawntrail. Oh, fuck. Sven! Tell me about your culture. Rather than bore you with lengthy explanations, thank God! Let us head back to the farm we passed earlier. UP's Halo, it's called. We can speak with one of the farmers when we arrive. I have my notes open. I guess we're off to Yippie's Halo. Oh, fuck it, it's Yippie's Halo, I don't care. We're gonna go and we're gonna see free-roaming autism creatures. It's the way they harvest the confetti. What did you think of Smile Train Bomb? What? Pause my Nintendo. What have I missed? Oh, hey, it's the farmers I talked to earlier. Cool. What's up? The name of the Disney song that played over the bomb building train montage is called Smile. Fantastic. I have been playing Devil May Cry 5 recently. And by recently, I mean I started playing it yesterday. So, in my brain, if it doesn't make me want to, like, get into the church fight scene from, oh god, King's Service. Oh god, what's the name of that spy movie? I never seen it, actually. Kingsman, thank you. Whatever, if it doesn't make me want to get into the church fight scene from Kingsman, then it's not high octane enough for me right now. Devil May Cry good. Allow me to introduce you to Mahuswa, one of the most experienced farmhands in all of Alexandria. She is well versed in myriad farming techniques. Indeed, the wealth of knowledge she has shared with the other farmers is what has allowed this place to flourish. Queen Sven, to what do I owe this sudden shower of praise? Oh, look at her bags. My apologies for the interruption. I'm come with guests from beyond the barrier. They wish to learn more of Alexandria, and so I invited them to see how our crops are grown. I do hope that's alright. Listen, I've been very happy and good with like learning about all the different cultures and everything throughout this expansion, but is now the time to learn about how crops are growing? So the rumors of visitors from the outside were true. What manner of host would we be to deny them? Look. Oop, there's a dog. What manner of host would be? Oh no! The dog is excited. It's fine. I wish that dog a very merry bow wow wow. One man host would be deny them and look around, and I gather your majesty also intend to check on things. You know me too well, Mahu Wasa. Fucking, I keep accidentally right clicking because my finger flexes. I thought to seize this opportunity to see how the farmers fare, and perhaps pep them with a few questions. Though I do so enjoy observing and taking part in the work too. Damn, you do farm work in that dress? It would appear we have our permission. So please, walk the ground to your heart's content. I guess there's a reason that the skirt is so short. You go on ahead. I'll keep Sphene company. Short for a dress, of course. Don't misunderstand. I'm not the suspicious type, but given our positions, it would make sense for us to go around together, wouldn't you say? A fair point, but be sure not to let me out of your sight. I shall remain under Wooklamot's watchful eye. Pray, come find us after you've been to the after you've seen your fill and spoken with the other farmhands. I'm mildly flabbergasted. Listen, don't get me wrong. I came in here and my first thought was, ooh, farms? How do these farms work? And I made me curious enough to actually run up and talk to the random NPCs, which is not something that I do very often. But like, you know what? I guess if time is fluctuating so long that 30 years passed in here in like the course of a day, we could waste like 6 months learning about the farming and it wouldn't really matter much to the time scale outside. I wonder how there's chips. That's an interesting situation to be as a soldier on the outside though. Like imagine you were sent, I get they're all robots, but imagine you were sent to the outside and all of a sudden, like you knew every day you spent outside was 30 years back home. That would fuck you up. I mean, no wonder, I have to look at my notes to remember who the name of the dickhead is. Not Mamulja, that's the species. Not Bakuljaja, that's our dickhead now. Zoalja. No wonder Zoalja wanted to get his, invasion done and dusted quickly. I'm surprised there wasn't a revolution in the time he was gone. Light levels appear to be fine. As for the power source, you wish to know about my job. I tend to the fields mostly, watering the crops, keeping the soil fertile, and so on. It admittedly took some time until I fully understood how best to carry out my duties. I also manage the lamps we use in the fields. We do our best to keep everything up to code, but should they ever start to malfunction, it's up to me to fix them. The land and sky being what they are, ensuring a rich harvest makes for constant work. But honestly, I enjoy how involved the process is. Both my parents being Alexandrian, I didn't grow up knowing much of anything about farming. Every day is an opportunity to learn and grow. Funny choice of words for a farmer. But yeah, considering like the high stakes final question mark area that we're in, well, maybe this will be like a few short side quests and then back to the main action. Oh, an unfamiliar face. I gather this is your first time on site then? Shouldn't that be really surprising to you? Well, here's the storehouse, or rather the entrance. The real storehouse is underground, much more spacious, and equipped with a temperature regulation system to keep the harvest from spoiling. Since the entrance is so small, it's much easier to prevent wild beasts from wandering inside, which also makes it a viable facility for breeding and raising livestock. We've even got a few beds down there for emergencies. My parents often complain about how Alexandrian technology and electrope complicate our lives, but it's just a matter of learning how things work. Take my job, for instance. I'm presently overseeing the storage of harvested crops. They'll be taken up to the tower for processing, and from there find their way to every dining table in Alexandria. The work is hard, I'll not deny, but I take great satisfaction in what we do. Okay, so Alexandria... Is Alexandria... Okay, this is something that greatly confused me, and now I have understanding, and I don't know why this confused me for so long, but I am acknowledging that Alexandria is not just this dome. It's also what's on the other... It's also what's in the shard, on the other side of the tower. I am ashamed to admit that greatly confused me. For a while I thought Alexandria was literally just this dome, but it makes more sense now. They're saying that you and yours are visitors from beyond the barrier. That true? Ah. So it is, which means we're connected to the outside world again. And not that I have a desire to leave, mind you. I'm quite content with life here in Alexandria. But setting that aside, you're here to observe our work, right? As you can see, I'm in charge of livestock. Is that a dodo? Here at Yippie's Halo, we produce not only fruits and vegetables, but also meat, poultry, eggs, and confetti. Tending the animals is an absolute joy, but I have to be careful not to grow attached. It's always a little sad when they're shipped off, but job is a job. Well, I need to get back to it, but it was nice talking to you. Please give my regards to the Queen. Me when I commit a social blunder in chat. I'd say more, but you'll figure it out later. I mean, I'm kind of assuming. I'm still mildly confused. Also, what's on the, wait a second. If that's the wall, and that wall is this line here on the map, then what the fuck is on the other side of that wall? Why do they build a wall dividing off half of the dome when nothing can get in and out of the dome? Huh. I didn't realize that that was other area that was inside the dome. I thought that was the edge of the dome. What the fuck is this wall for? I see. Don't be too hard on yourself. Anyone would have been hard-pressed to deal with such a thing. Oh, welcome back. My apologies for failing to notice your return. I gather you've had your fill of speaking with the farmers? Then let us return to Mawasa. Mahusa? Masuwa. Ma. They don't have room for thoughts. They don't have enough polygons. Well, what are your impressions of the farm? I was really off-put by how much everyone loves their work. A curious observation. Do you not love your own work? I mean, I do actually really like my job. But I jest. It's true that the people of the outskirts seem the most fulfilled. Always, they take to their duties with good cheer. And what did you think of our little tour, Lama Chi? We did not give you permission to call her that. What did you call me? Was that inappropriate? My apologies. I heard the others call you by that name, and I thought... No, it's fine. As you said, what? We had to go on a cross-continental journey with you to unite you with your people and gain greater understanding not just of your land, but of yourself. And she gets to just casually, accidentally say it? This nickname feels unearned. That's our word? No, we're not taking it that way. As for my thoughts, I was very impressed. That machines could be used to overcome so harsh an environment is amazing. I've never seen anything like it. You're right, with this type of technology, we could probably colonize the moon. The feeling is understandable. Indeed, many still find the machinery behind me baffling. It's a system that controls the distribution of water for the fields and livestock. It's been acting up lately, though. Acting up, you say? I like her outfit. I like this big collar, like shirt, a little undershirt underneath it, maybe a tank top or a ruffly thing or whatever, and then like the overalls on top of it, but not like plain denim overalls. It's almost like a jumpsuit type thing as it goes down. Like, this is a good outfit. You needn't worry, my queen. It happens fairly often. Put simply, it's taken in water that had a strong lightning charge. We think some creatures have been charged up with the energy and they're releasing it into the river we use as a source. The system would... Wait, are you saying that the creatures are peeing in your farm water? Well, as long as it's only farm water. The system would return to normal if the creatures were dealt with, but I'm reluctant to beg it of the army. Oh god! Do you even see that buffalo in the background start approaching menacingly? I'm scared to cut to Spheen's camera again. We could take care of it if you like. That is most gracious of you to offer, but it is much too dangerous. Oh, it's no trouble for the vow of resolve of Tuliolal. Regardless of how the relationship between our nations may develop, if there are people in need, I want to help. Simple as that. Wook Lamont, your land is under siege! And Dekka is even stronger than I am. It shouldn't take us long at all. Then very well. I gratefully accept, but please, take all care. This ought to go even faster if you and I search for lightning charged fiends on our own. Good hunting. Could you imagine Zorulja sitting on top of his tower looking out onto the land and just like, I know she's in here somewhere. And then he looks down and Wook Lamont is just beating the shit out of a buffalo. And he's just like, what the fuck? Just from up on high, he just sees Wook Lamont just chopping away and he's just like... That couldn't be my Wook Lamont. It must be a mirage caused by the lightning, or injuries from the fight with my father. I did die after all, but he did get better, so you know. Oh shit. To borrow a phrase, but he came back. Who hasn't died a time or two from tussling with their father? Exactly. I did get scared by Othello's wet footsteps, for which I do feel shame. He is an otter. He's in his element. Well, with the water, hopefully not the lightning energy. Oh shit! I didn't realize that this ability increased the range of my my combo for the entire duration of 30 seconds. I thought it was just the first time I used the combo. I thought it gave me like one use of an extended combo. Interesting. Okay, that's good to know. Huh. Now that you've gotten more hours in it at higher levels, what's your take on Red Mage? I think I like... Okay, so my comparison point is Samurai. And I like Samurai more from my memory. Only because with Red Mage, like, the interesting part to me, the fun part of Red Mage, is using my gauge. But the process of building up my gauge when I'm not, like, actively bursting out is more formulaic than with, Samurai. Because Samurai, ironically enough, even though it's much more straightforward of just do combo A, combo B, combo C, there was enough variation in that I found it really engaging. To be fair, I am liking optimizing building my meter more and more as I go. There's a lot to keep track of with using the instant cast button that I forget that I'm bound to shift to right now that lets me instant cast a spell. There's a lot to it with like unlocking like additional buttons, but overall I think my biggest complaint is I don't really like a spell turning into another spell when it's ready as much. If it does that for like an ultimate ability, like spending your stickers as a samurai, that's cool. But if it's like every button transforms into another button, it makes it, even if it is just as linear to have it all bound to different buttons, it makes it feel less interesting to me because I'm using the same parts of my keyboard for building up the combo and for executing the combo. Does that make any sense? My thoughts are kind of unrefined right now because I wasn't really thinking about it yet. But I don't like as much that, like, you know, when I use my main combo of the 3 sword strike hits, it just changes all the buttons I've been using into other buttons, which is just less interesting to me because mechanically it feels the same as... It's the exact same buttons I hit to build up my meter, and then I spend my meter, and then my reward is hitting the same buttons, except they do something different. And it doesn't feel as rewarding because even though I know that the damage is larger, my whole thought process while hitting those is, man, I could be building meter right now, and I'm not doing that. Building the meter at least gets me the satisfaction of, you know, a level of optimization. But when after I use my melee combo, I really just have to wait like 6 seconds where I'm like, alright, now hit the first button of my payout, and then wait for my cooldown to finish, and then hit the second button of my payout, and then wait for my cooldown to finish, and then wait for the third button of my payout, and then wait for the cooldown to finish, rather than getting to rapidly spend all my resources quickly. You really needn't have worried so much. We barely broke a sweat dealing with the fiends. They're all gone now. Of course I was worried. You're my dear guest. But thank you. We truly appreciate this. I guess I should note down Mahuwasa's name. She might come up later. She might. Indeed. With this, we won't have to ask Zolja's machines for help. Oh yeah, the plot. He's been making a concerted effort to bolster his forces, sparing but a fraction for the people's protection. He thinks nothing of our safety, unlike Queen Sphene. I don't know why the slow head turn made me laugh so much. That's enough, Mawusa. Save the pining for later. If you have grievances, I will hear them. But to speak of the king now... No, she's right. He's never been one to look after his people. Anyway, thanks for letting us tour the farm. The folk here are delightful, and it was a pleasure to meet them. You couldn't have favored us with more uplifting words. My people are my pride and joy. And you never fail to let us know, nor how much you care. Would you like to come in for supper, maybe stay the night? Of course. You're my precious family, all of you, and the bit is earned. You seem a good sort, Sphene, that I'll admit. But you'll forgive me if I'm not ready to lower my guard for the enemy queen just yet. For you to be called that, I dread to imagine what villainy your majesty has committed. Come now, this is no laughing matter. A ruler is responsible for the welfare of countless lives, And one wrong decision can lead to untold suffering. Failure is unconscionable. Unconscionable? I actually don't know how many syllables that word has. I think it's unconscionable. Now, I believe we're done with the farm. Let's move on, shall we? I also changed my mind about what I said at the beginning of that cutscene. I think my favorite part of Red Mage, weirdly enough, is building up the meter. I think spending the meter is relatively unsatisfying. Perhaps we should head back to the outskirts? I dare say your friends will also have returned by now. My thanks again for dealing with the fiends. Come and visit us anytime. Alright, back we go. Who knows what plot will happen. I do like that this house looks like a face. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't matter. But it's cute. This architecture is cute. I really like weirdly smooth stonework. It's appealing. It's weird. It gives a sense of almost like dried mud. Which, to be fair, if you look at the walls here, you can actually see like the underlying stonework does seem to be covered with a layer of mud to like smooth it off or something, which is a very neat touch to have. That level of erosion on the bottom that like smooths out as you go. That, or it's just actually big stones to make up the bottom, and then the tops are made of different things because the stones make up just a foundation. It's hard to say. I don't know enough about different building techniques. This does remind me of like Four Corners architecture though. I miss the architecture of the city in the wall. What is that called? It's a site in, I want to say New Mexico, but that, not Kowloon. Four Corners. What is it called? To be fair, it was much more of a town by the size of it, but it was just a very interesting site. You know what? I'm not going to get distracted by this. Adobe Pueblo? Adobe sounds like what I'm trying to think of in terms of like the general style, but yeah. Do you hear that? Uh-oh.
What's happening over there?
Oh, thank God, they're running to something, not away from something.
It's nearly time.
Please elaborate. Everyone's here. What's up, guys? I almost forgot the squad that we came in with.
I'm glad you could make it.
Are you with us?
Queen's fiends come to see you.
We're here, Namika. Everything is going to be all right.
Oh no.
Oh, whoa.
What's the matter, dear?
It can't be. That's the bangle I gave to Namika.
You know her?
Of course I know her. She was like a mother to me.
I see. She was always willing to lend a kindly ear to others, but rarely did she ever speak of herself.
Is it really you?
She must have arrived shortly before the barrier manifested. For us, it was perhaps days, but for her...
Namika, it's me. Wuklamat.
I'm afraid her time with us is nearly at an end.
Has she no more soul cells?
What?
She always used hers sparingly, but at her age, it wouldn't make a difference.
Ma'am, the ushers have arrived.
I was gonna say, given her age, that's admirable that she managed to kick around for another 30 years, but...
Thank you, Namika, for your many years of friendship. Take comfort in the knowledge that this is not the end. Be not afraid. Your memory will live on, in us.
living on in memory. The giants share a similar belief.
Yes, thank you, Alize.
Wait, where are you taking her?
Worry not. She is being escorted to a medical facility in the tower. There, we will ease her burden.
Please be more specific. Like
I
hospice
had hoped
or...
to make arrangements for her sooner, but she wished to remain here for as long as possible. I could not bring myself to refuse her.
Is there any way I might stay with her for a little while longer? We may not share the same blood, but she was my mother. Please.
Let us give them some time alone.
Damn, sorry, Woklamat. She lost her father like 3 days ago. And now...
She didn't speak, but I'm grateful that I could be with her at the end. Thank you.
I'm gonna speed through this scene.
It's not the end.
Hmm?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking that we have much to discuss. Where shall we begin?
What are soul cells?
With what we can be reasonably certain of, perhaps.
Alright, fine. No, go ahead, Galatia.
Between what we have witnessed and the testimony of Alexandria's inhabitants, it's safe to say that two distinct lands have indeed become one. What's more, having met Namika, there is no denying the divergence in the passage of time. Taken together, these phenomena strongly suggest that some manner of cross-rift displacement has occurred. Specifically, the displacement of Alexandria from another reflection to the source.
It does seem the most likely explanation.
So this is Alexandria? Like all of it?
What perplexes me, however, is the scale of said displacement. It far exceeds what could conceivably be achieved with a Void Gate, or even with the Crystal Tower. In essence, we are dealing with a localized instance of dimensional compression. The Ascians would no doubt liken it to a rejoining. Which invites the question, how was such a feat accomplished?
I would hold nothing against Sphene. In fact, I would hold a lot up to her if she was like, wait, pause, explain 80% of what you just said.
I wish that I had an answer for you, but this talk of reflections and dimensions is well beyond my understanding. I can only tell you that we lived peacefully under the barrier's protection for many, many years, until the day that peace was suddenly broken.
Wait, so the barrier already existed?
If I may clarify, the barrier predates Alexandria's displacement.
Thank you, Kyle.
By several hundred years, yes. To when the continent we call home was ravaged by a devastating cataclysm. The barrier was erected to isolate us from the surrounding land's innocuous influence.
Wow, okay.
I see. And it was only later that it was whisked away, along with its contents, by means unknown.
Well, that makes a lot of sense as to why Kyle's parents would have given her up. Actually, that might have been when the cataclysm took place because of the temporal displacement.
In other words, Sphene's as lost as the rest of us, right? The Alexandrians didn't mean to end up in Tural.
You're not answering the question. Well, statement.
Ah, but of course, our next stop ought to be Everkeep. That tower over yonder.
Okay, so you're hiding something from us.
Once you have been registered as my guests, you will have access to Solution 9 and its residential district, where you will doubtless gain invaluable insight into Alexandria's state of affairs. Unfortunately, I cannot take you directly to where Zoraljar resides.
That you'd let us in it all goes a long way toward proving you're not content to let Zoraljar do as he pleases. But we're not talking about a simple difference of opinion here. I've come to avenge my father. And to do so, I intend to take Zoraljar's life. Are you willing to stand by and allow Alexandria's king to be slain?
A fair question. Permit me to answer it thus. My people come first. Their welfare is paramount. I will do everything in my power to keep them from harm. It is a ruler's duty. Now, I am off to register you at Everkeep. It may take some time, but you shall find the entrance open to you in due course. Oh, and ere I forget, your mother, Kafkiwa, you might try the Thunder Yards to the east.
The Thunder Yards? Is that where she is?
I'm afraid I can say no more than that. Make for the Thunder Yards and...
It's not as if we have other pressing business. Not until we can get into this Everkeep anyway.
I feel like I looked down at Leida's that started
Thank you
buzzing.
for earlier. And for being a friend to Namika these past 30 years. It means a lot to me.
Namika? I'm sorry. but I don't know who you mean.
What? We were just with her. If this is some sort of a joke, it isn't funny.
I don't mean to give offense, but I honestly have no idea who you are talking about. I'm sorry.
How can you not know who she is? You're in charge here. She was under your care.
Then in all likelihood, my memories of her have been stored in the cloud. Any person seemingly forgotten without reason is probably there, in the cloud. Oh, I really must be getting back to work. If you'll excuse me.
Even Zoralja was wearing one of those discs. The only person who we haven't seen wearing one of those discs is Sphene. What's going on? How could Pepperone suddenly forget about Namika? It's as if he never knew her. Could the same thing have happened to others as well, I wonder? There's only one way to find out. Let's make inquiries about Namika in the area. We can reconvene afterwards at the Aetheryte. Welcome to my least favorite part of Alexandria. That's disconcerting, considering that I am intensely interested in what is going on. Everyone has these discs on their head. These discs are able to take away their memories at will. An old woman named Namika. I'm afraid I don't know that person. I'm sorry I couldn't be of help. I can't... Also, I'm not going to say anything about it, but y'all should go watch Sheep Detectives. Completely unrelated. Sheep Detectives, great movie. It's not really a spoiler. It's in the first like 15/20 minutes of the movie. The sheep just have the option to forget things if they want to. I do recall caring for someone until recently. And you say that was a woman named Namika? Well, I can't say for certain that it was her. I wouldn't worry. I'm sure she's just been taken up to the cloud. Is this not... hell? What do you mean? Also, wait, hang on. I just realized I'm level 98. What level of quest am I on? 97. I'm going to adjust the stream title. What's that? Do I know an Namika? I've never met anyone by that name, and I've worked at the outskirts for a good while now. If she spent time here, I would remember. The fuck do you mean you would remember? Why is it that... What? But... Huh. 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 Well, there's a big-ass whale. You know what they say, a whale always forgets. So it was the same for everyone. Not a single person remembers Namika. It's as if the memory of her has been purged from their minds. While such a thing might be done with magic, to alter the memories of so many at once would be a tremendous undertaking. We would have felt a surge of ether corresponding to the act too, and I sense none of that in the moment. Neither did I, but I did notice something else. Right before Peperone seemingly forgot, a light in the device on his head began to blink. Could there be a connection? Someone also said something about soul cells. But who might we ask about this? If we continued making such inquiries, I expect we would only cause confusion. Indeed. If we can't readily solve the mystery about Namika, perhaps we could search for Kafkika instead? That's how they were pronouncing it, right? With an F sound? Sphene said to try the Thunder Yards. It should be in this direction. Uh-oh. Is that an angry face? By God. Impossible. No. Another kind of mechanical soldier. It looks dangerous. We'd better destroy it. Wah! Kafkiwa. Okay. Should we give chase? I think it understood our words. It might be worth asking it some questions. Aaronville, are you alright? You look like you've seen a ghost. It's nothing. I'm fine. Well, it went off in the direction we're headed anyway, so let's try to track it down. Ugh. It's a robot from famous duo Bryson Robot. Oh my God. Never to be separated. Also, I never noticed that tree before. That's a weird ass tree. Affectionate. I like that it almost kind of mirrors the tower. Well, no, that's complete bullshit on my perspective. I mean, arguably with a ring of lightning around it and these forming like rings, but it's a stretch. It's a massive stretch. Run, robot, run! No, we need to catch them. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Am I still here? Okay, I have no idea what that was like from y'all's perspective. Your game definitely froze for a sec, so? My entire computer froze for a second, though. Was the audio not disrupted? I think it was a 14 glitch because my game also froze. Weird. I thought my stream playback that I have open also froze, but I believe y'all. Maybe they swapped some servers over or something. I want to use that as a soccer ball. Oh God, it didn't hear me say that, did it? It'll start running again. Is that a cave or is that a dead end? You found it. That's a very good emote, boys. To the northeast. Then it must be bound for the mines. Come on, then. It could well be a trap, so let's not rush in too quickly. Okay. So this is incredibly interesting to me because I remember the Void. I don't remember what turned the Void into the Void, but I also know about the, I forget all the proper nouns for this in Final Fantasy XIV lore, but I know the different shards, and then whenever the Ascians merged a shard back into the source, it caused a cataclysm in the source, and it destroyed the shard. I thought the shard was, like, literally wiped from existence, basically. But I'm incredibly curious about what this means. That apparently this area, which I'm ignoring the fact that it might have been mildly spoiled for me in chat which shard it is, but whatever. This area still existed for a while. I do think tracking that all together, though, the fact that it was part of a ruined world, the part that Zeralja was speaking to somebody from beyond the portal promising power or something, the fact that Sphene very creepily was like, I would do anything to protect my people or to save my people or whatever. I think I'm picking up what this game is putting down, and I'm starting to suspect that maybe Sphene is not a very good person, but we'll see. I heard faint voices coming from inside, so it's not alone. But we're still going in, of course. This may be a trap. Be ready for a fight, everyone. The Ascians tried to start Calamity on the 13th, but they balanced it too far, and instead of withdrawing with the source, it went fully into darkness. They pumped too much dark energy into it and fucked up the... yeah, okay. I mean, it's not really that big of a spoiler to be like, this is the 9th. Like, oh my god, it's the 9th. That's so different from it being the 6th or whatever. Like, by god, what a spoiler. I know which number it is. Mods? Hang on, wait a second. We have a thing for this. Mods, make them watch the entirety of the favorite anime with somebody else who doesn't get it. I can hear them. Several people up ahead. Also, this expansion is based loosely on Final Fantasy IX. Oh, damn, I should have been paying more attention in Frostbite's Final Fantasy IX stream, then. I can't make out the conversation with the echoing. Let's keep going. Stay on your guard. The void lacks both dark and light ether now. Darkness is what we're going to do, but it's the lack of both that really fucked it up. La Resistance? We have a lot of voice-acted cutscenes. Sup?
What is this?
We did not do a very good job of sneaking.
Ironville!
They don't have the head things on.
A trap?
It really is you!
Oh, cool. I was wondering, but didn't want to assume. That felt far too convenient to me. It does feel far too convenient for me, but whatever.
Who?
I just have to get a look at you in the light. And I can still hardly believe my eyes. But it is you, my darling Olympia!
My darling, what now?
Yeah, I want a plush of this.
Oh, it's so good to see you, my fussy little bun bun. But what are you doing here? What brings you all this way?
Are you alright? Do I have wonderful news? Fantastic.
Why the long face? Aren't you happy to see me after all this time?
Mom, you're an
I don't know
orb.
that laugh anywhere. Mother?
Wait. Since when was your mother a weird floating thing?
Man, we just have parents going down the fucking chute every single goddamn scene in this game. First, we had Wooklamott's father die. Then we had Wooklamott's mother die. Die? Now, Aaronville's mother is an orb.
And what have we here? Say, aren't you Glue Jaja's kitten? I knew I recognized that adorable fuzzy face. Ellen Espier was always so excited whenever you invited him over to play. You remember me, I hope?
Yes, please. Embarrass Aaronville, please.
I can't say that I do, but you know my father?
Appearances notwithstanding, it would seem this is my mother, Kafkiwa.
Okay.
I'm sorry?
Oh, but this won't do. Come in! Friends of my Ellen Espier are always welcome.
All I ask is a little forewarning, but no.
Just when I thought I was starting to get a handle on this place. How are things still getting stranger?
Well, immediately I want to talk to you. Oh, hello. Alright, well, fair enough. Hi. At least Kafki was safe. So, what the fuck is going on? At this point, I doubt anything could surprise me. Bad news about that, buddy. As far as I can tell, this is indeed my mother. I can think of few people in the world quite so spirited. Well, I can see where you get it from. But as to what's happened, we'll need to ask her. Let's hear what she has to say. Okay, seriously, take it slow. What the fuck is going on? I mean, I have a lot of guesses as to the obvious implications, but it's so wonderful to meet you all. And the students of Baldessian. It's been a while since I heard that name. Dare I ask the reason for your appearance? Oh, this is just a body that I control remotely. I use this for our operations. No, there's too many specifics here for this to be a fake. I have to assume this is the real Kafkiwa. We're members of a resistance organization. Oblivion, we call ourselves. And our goal is to thwart Zorolja's ambitions for conquest. Zorolja specifically, not Sphene. As the leader, it's prudent that I remain where I can't be easily found. I see. Whimsical appearances notwithstanding, yours is a serious cause. Right you are, though truth be told, Oblivion was founded for an altogether different purpose. And that is... As I expect you've already noticed, everything you see within this dome, the buildings, the people, the very earth beneath our feet, is a fusion of two worlds. Stopping such a fusion was Oblivion's original mission. Okay. So they're a resistance to Zoologia, but they started as trying to stop the fusion. Well, y'all have a great success record so far, from what I can tell by looking outside. Then does that mean you know who or what is responsible for it? I'm afraid not. This was a long time ago, and our mission statement has become more of a legend that's passed down to members. By the time we joined, our sole objective was stopping Zoologia. So it was definitely Sphene. But we failed to do that, and now he's taking his army outside the dome. None of you wear those strange devices on your heads. Does that have something to do with your work? You mean this? It's a regulator, the pinnacle of electrope technology. And that we don't wear it is indeed related to our operations. Regulator. What exactly does it do? Allow me to explain. Was your name Geode? Fascinating. Regulators have two primary functions. The first, as the name suggests, is the regulation of the wearer's reserve of souls. Should they die, the regulator expends a soul to bring them back to life. Okay. So, it wasn't... Zoologia wasn't replaced with another person when he came back to life. He literally used a soul to come back to life. Reserve? You mean people walk around carrying spare souls? They do. Souls are packaged in cells, and they can be used to replenish the life force that is lost due to sudden death, such as in accidents. They do nothing for those who die of old age, though. Distribution of soul cells is based on one's work evaluation, to encourage exemplary performance when fulfilling their duties. Souls is a common resource, and payment for services rendered. Damn, how many people died in that cataclysm? The void-sent practice of consuming others for the ether that comes to mind. And similarly, I expect that the act comes with some risk. Oh, hey! That part of the story that everyone wants to be mad about. I assume that was the big bad of the post. Again, it's been too long. I don't remember that much about that. I didn't write it down in my notes. Does it dilute your sense of self? That is prevented through memory management, a process in which regulators also play a role. That is horrifying. That is a special kind of hell. Memory management. Then the reason everyone has forgotten Namika's existence. The regulators are constantly recording the memories of their wearer, So if they should suddenly die, their memories can be refreshed as a part of the restoration process. Cool. Have you ever heard about the transporter problem? This is how they preserve one's identity and sense of self. However, the regulators are also triggered when someone else dies. Reason being is that regulators forcibly extract memories relating to the deceased from anyone wearing one. Why would they do such a thing? It's a kindness bestowed upon the people by Everkeep's core system, so no one has to suffer the pain of loss. Wow, this... Y'all should watch Sheep Detectives. So this is what is meant by the memories being in the cloud. Indeed, all memories of the deceased are wiped from the minds of the people and archived in the system. It's a frightening function of the regulators, and an integral step in soul cell production. Nice jacket. And sneakers? What the fuck? Why is this person in such modern clothing? Alright. You see, when a person dies of natural causes, their soul is temporarily housed within the regulator. It is then delivered to a facility where memories are separated from the soul. The result is a fresh soul cell, free of impurities, ready for distribution and consumption. Could you have used a different word there? So soul cells are souls purged of memory. Incredibly funny animation choice. Meanwhile, the memories are stored in the core system to be remembered forever. I mean, I'm not mad about the void stuff, I just found it underwhelming. I mean, yeah, if you've been playing Final Fantasy XIV for, you know, years upon years upon years, and you have a character who is based from the void, I imagine that it would be hard to meet those expectations in a post-expansion patch. That's Bryce, not me. I mean, oh yeah, shit. I'm sorry. For some reason I thought Bryce typed that. I just saw that someone was like putting down the Zero stuff. It was like, that's probably Bryce. One relation to Xenos. Won't complain about being mad about that. Edgy anime pro-tag personality. The Milady hat tip every other camera cut. Okay, well that... Mildly fair. I'm not sure. Mildly fair. And this is why people are happy here. On its surface, it's similar to the Yaqui philosophy, but I see nothing noble or comforting in it. Well, it doesn't seem so terrible to me personally. All comes down to what you're used to, I suppose. Then why don't you wear a regulator? Like the barrier encasing Alexandria, this system was created to overcome the calamity that transformed the world hundreds of years ago. Amidst the mounting death toll, scientists used Electrope to devise a means to save what lives they could, so that the nation could endure. I understand the people of Alexandria did what they believed was best to save their people. I just find it hard to believe that Turali would also accept this way of living. It came to a shock to us as well. In fact, a great many were opposed to it. Which is why the use of regulators was never compulsory. The people have always been free to go without them, if they so wish. Okay. Sphene didn't strike me as the sort of ruler to impose her will on others. Ah, so you've already met. She's the one who suggested we come to the Thunder Yards in the first place. She also said she wants to help us stop Zoralja. Awfully kind of you to point her in my direction, and to speak so candidly as well. Whatever her motives, she's given the people a choice. Live with the risk of true death, or the security of the regulators. Everything that lives must die someday. Must someday die. That is the natural order of things. Quite right. But however you feel about them, it would be easier to understand what the regulators are capable of, if you saw it for yourself. I know just the person to show you, and as luck would have it, they should be starting work right about now. Who are we going to see exactly? Come with me, and you'll find out. Alright, I'm getting a little bit annoyed at you, Final Fantasy XIV. You can't keep doing this to me. Meanwhile, there's that one Dawntrail normals fight. I'm not sure I understand what we're talking about. Oh god, that was starting a quest. I forgot. Wait, do y'all have anything to say at this point? Because I'm tremendously curious. Nostalgia is my twin sister. Like most people, we both used to wear regulators, but, well, let's just say a lot happened. This must be a reference to something, right? Take care not to get struck by lightning. One fellow reckoned you could dodge them by jumping back the instant there's a flash, but that's crazy if you ask me. That must be a reference to something. You'll get there eventually, post Dawntrail. Alright, fair enough. It's a Final Fantasy X Ultimate Weapon dodging reference. Was it coincidence that that thing appeared on my screen right as the lightning struck? Probably. But very funny coincidence. Alize, I'm with you. I also don't like the idea of using souls as a resource. That feels weird. Wait, isn't the natural... Oh god, the horror of the situation just got to me. Isn't the point of souls in this universe the concept that they go back into, I forget what, the life stream or something, and then eventually get essentially like recycled? By using them up like this, isn't this like a form of permanent death for people? Everyone here? Good. It is the responsibility of the Thunderyard's hunters to fell any fiends wandering the area. We're to meet an acquaintance of mine, Strika, one of these hunters. God, I thought that using souls as a resource was weird, but when I remembered like the concept of souls going back to the life stream and eventually being like reborn essentially, if my memory is serving me correctly, like, oh no, oh, this is so much worse than I thought it was. Kafwika, what are you doing here? And with so many friends? Apologies for the interruption, but I was hoping they might observe you at work. Hunting, you mean? That's fine, I guess. Hold on, I assumed they were wearing special regulators like Queen's Fiend's crown. But they aren't wearing anything at all. Queen's Fiend's crown is a regulator. Okay. Okay. It's much too dangerous to be here without one. What if they're struck by lightning or attacked by beasts? I can assure you they're all quite capable of looking after themselves. If anything should go amiss, I will take full responsibility. Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Danger aside, there isn't really much to see. Kafwika said you're a hunter, but wouldn't it be easier for those mechanical soldiers to guard this place? It would, if not for the fact they're weak to lightning. The Thunder Yard being what it is, they've been ordered to steer clear. Some good they are, eh? But these facilities are vital to the upkeeping of Alexandria's infrastructure, so it falls to hunters like me to deal with any fiends. Given the danger, we're well compensated for our work. It's a perfect profession for anyone looking to build up savings. The special selection of souls for hunters isn't terrible either. I brought this lot here to see this danger you speak of, if it's not too much trouble to ask. Of course. In which case, it'd be a shame to waste my efforts on just any old beast. You all can handle yourselves in a fight, right? If you cause a ruckus slaying what critters you see nearby, there's a chance you'll draw out something worthy of a demonstration. How off-putting. I'm not sure I understand, but I suppose we should each slay what we can. My fussy little bun was never any good at fighting, and this body of mine isn't suited to it either. We leave this work in your capable hands. This body of yours, as in the body that you're controlling remotely. Obviously. No, fuck, hang on. Okay, so back to the horrors, right? Seriously, what the fuck? What? I didn't mind so much the sci-fi twist, but like, oh, this is horrible. I mean, I think they're leading into that and everything, but like, damn, y'all. Imagine that they didn't know enough about souls in the live stream, though. Like, it might seem reasonable. I'm interested. This is fascinating to me. No, fine, fair enough. I think it's a neat duality, such contrast in philosophy between the Yaqui and the Alexandrians, or how they deal with memory and processing death as a society. I mean, yeah, there's the concept of processing death and everything. The problem is the actual... the way they've said, in real life, we don't know what a soul is, or if it exists, or anything. We could talk about that some other time. We shouldn't. But, like... they very clearly established the rules for what souls are in this universe. And that makes this horrifying. Dekka, I don't know why you're going to be surprised when she dies and then gets back up, but I'm disappointed in you for not paying attention. Maybe you should take down some notes. This one will do nicely. Oh, neat, you're a monk. So you're used to getting the shit beat out of you then. Every patch. We'll help you. It's fine recently. It's fine, really. I faced worse. Just watch. I don't like the looks of this. Let us help. Oh no. Look out! Twelfth preserve. She needs healing. Well, thank God that they're not chewing the shit out of your body. Wook Lamont just... that's a great face. Oh, I wish that was an official Twitch emote. That was embarrassing. The bastard caught me off guard. Are you mad? Seriously, let us help. I told you not to worry. This will only take a moment. I don't like the looks of this. Well, that explains Zolja, I guess. Just like Zoralja. Come on, let's get out of here. That's also a function of the regulator. What, are you taking memories from, like, highly experienced warriors or something? Oh, is this how the Warrior of Light from the 9th factors in? Because that's really fucking funny. Still cracked me up that they use the in-game resurrection sound. I know writers who use subtext and they're all cowards. To be fair, y'all are very audio focused from what I've seen. I think it's kind of cute. I think I understand now how Zoralja was able to return from the dead and defeat Papa, but I'm not sure what we saw at the end there. As soon as the regulator turned red, it's like you were possessed. Your movements became beast-like. Don't tell me. You empowered yourself with the soul of a beast. I'm reminded of the Serpentine soldier we encountered at Vanguard who did the same. Oh, so you crossed paths with one of the King's elite. Such a form can only be achieved from gorging yourself on souls. Oh, fuck. I forgot about that. We could do the same, in theory, but it's incredibly dangerous. Besides, it's not as if they'd allow hunters to carry that many souls to begin with. So wait, you can empower yourself with the souls of animals? Of beasts? Well, I should be getting back to work. Take care. And there you have it. Regulators can be loaded with two kinds of souls. Those of peoples and those of beasts. The souls of people can be used to grant the user the souls of people can be used to grant the user preternatural strength. Naturally, they can also be used to ensure no one suffers an untimely death. And what about the souls of beasts? They work in much in the same fashion, imbuing you with the strength of the chosen animal. If, for example, you use the soul of a wolf, you would grow more agile and feral, as you saw with Streaka. Using several of the same type at once, however, would result in physical changes. Your teeth might become fangs, your nails claws. Too many, and you'll become more beast than man. So tell me, Kafkuika, about how you're controlling a robot from afar right now again. Changing one's form through the souls of other beings. It's become more and more reminiscent of Void Scent. Yet unlike the Void, where the cycle of death and rebirth is simply broken, souls here are forcibly taken before they might reach the ethereal sea. Different means to achieve similar ends. A cycle to which all within the dome are bound. This is wrong. This is all wrong. It is indeed hard to accept, being so far removed from our own beliefs. Now, where does the soul go when it's used? Perhaps more shocking is that the technology to achieve all this was developed hundreds of years ago. The civilizations and their reflections are surprising indeed. Seriously, isn't this an existential nightmare, right? Well, we all have our thoughts on souls. For now, the important thing is we know what power Zoralja has at his disposal. It is one thing to separate corporeal ether from incorporeal ether, but to strip memories from the soul entirely is unprecedented technology. This is no longer only Tuliola's concern. With his newfound power, Zoralja has become a real threat to the entire world. Oh, sorry, was that Kyle? That was Kyle. Indeed. He has to be stopped, no matter the cost. It'd be nice if the ways to answer the question of what happened to Soul after it was used, wouldn't it? Well, damn. Wait. So are the robots just robots? Or are they powered by souls? Having seen the beauty of the ethereal sea firsthand, I simply can't accept what they've done here in Alexandria. I fucking forgot we went there. Damn, I forgot. I trust you've gained an insight into the use of souls in Alexandria. It's shocking, I know. I was overwhelmed myself at first. I expect you'll need some time to digest it all, but for now... let's head back to Earth and Sky. At this rate, there's something I want to discuss with everyone. Let's take a moment before we head back into the tunnel. The second half of Dawntrail is where most of my criticisms of Dawntrail start popping up. I'm kind of with you. I was very much enjoying the first half of Dawntrail. Besides the Mamulja village, I thought that was decently poorly handled. But this... I mean, the thing is that I don't know where this is going. Like, I started complaining during the farming mission about how this felt like this wasn't worth our time or anything. But it was like 5 minutes. So it feels bad to, like, hold the game to that. When it literally was like a 5-minute quest they threw in there real quick. Like, whatever. It really was in and out. Learn about farming. Anyway, back to the adventure. Like, a little bit weird padding, but not really that bad in the scheme of things. The wording bothers me. The wording of specifically, like, I understand it's a part of the culture, but it still bugs me. That folds it into real world issues, which are disconcerting. Especially weird / disquieting because just, you know, this being a Japanese country versus me being an American, I know that there are cultural beliefs which people would say the same thing about between the two countries. But none of them are ripping souls from people. I think. I'm sorry for delaying us, but I have some thoughts I need to share. In both technology and values, it's plain there's a wide gulf between Tuliolol and Alexandria, and while Zoraljah knows everything about us, we hardly know anything about what he's become. Indeed, we haven't even seen what lies within that enormous tower, Everkeep. So here, I'd like to make a proposal. That is, we work with Kafkika and her people. We need to learn as much as we can about the enemy. The quickest way would be to join hands with Oblivion. We only just met them, I know, and we shouldn't be too quick to trust. But the fact remains that they share our desire to stop Zoraljah. Sphene, too, claims to be at odds with the King of Zolv. May I ask why you would cooperate with Oblivion instead? It's simple, really. Their leader is Arenvel's mother. Meanwhile, whatever Sphene may feel, she's a ruler of this nation. There's a greater risk in working with her, and less reason to take her at her word. A fair point. And knowing Zoraljah, we must assume that his arrangement with Sphene was not made without some consideration. All I know is that it would be heartening to have allies in this strange realm. I think everyone would agree that any help we could get would be welcome. Hold on. There's no guarantee that's actually my mother behind the machine. Without seeing her in the flesh, we can't rule out the possibility of a ploy. If it turns out to be a trap, we endanger not only ourselves, but everyone in Tuliolol. You know what, Anvil? I'm glad you're the one bringing this up. As you say, we have no proof that it really is Kafkika. But I make my proposal in full awareness of this. Whether we're going to war or striving for peace, we need to learn as much as we can. Otherwise, we can't hope to do anything meaningful. As it stands, we know too little about this realm. We need to remedy that. We need to study the enemy, and when the time comes, strike down Zoralja for good and all. What's more, I trust you, Anvil. You've always had great instincts, honed from your time training under your mother. What if I'm wrong? What if sentiment is clouding my judgment? Well, if it's trapped, then we'll deal with it when it's sprung. Don't worry, buddy. If you fuck up, we'll be fine. There's always the way of it with you. Fair, actually. Fine. If you're set on this, then I'll say no more. Then it's settled. Hi, Ghost! 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 He has his box. He has his box and he has the outside. He is happy. Then it's settled. Let's head inside and secure ourselves some new allies. He's a kitten. Oh neat, I didn't realize those were berry emotes. Wait, is subscribing $10 now? Or is it a tier 2 emote? Did they change the price of prescriptions, or is kitten... Oh, those are tier 2. Okay, okay, okay. I'm ignoring these other two channels for right now. Whatever. Unless there's an ether down one of those ways. Probably not. What's up, team? Jeez, how am I lagging in this space? Alright, I'm good. Let's be friends. Kafquika, there's something I need to tell you and your people. We came here for no other reason than to strike down Zoralja. Woo! But I thought he was your brother. Do you really mean to kill your own kin? My kin invaded our nation and murdered our people. As a vow of resolve, it falls to me to bring him to account. I'm prepared to do what I must, and I won't hesitate when the time comes. Like us, you and yours oppose Zoralja. In light of this, I propose that we work together to stop him once and for all. I realize that this is sudden, that it's a gamble to trust someone you've only just met. But I would trust in the conviction of anyone who shares my goal. So fight with me, I beg you. As you say, our goals align, and I don't doubt your resolve in the least. If you hadn't proposed working together, I would have done so instead. Truth be told, it's been tough going at it alone. While we've gathered ample intelligence, we don't have the strength to take decisive action. Besides, how could we not trust you? My only son is with you, my fussy little bun. He's all the reason I need. Then it's decided. Here's to a fruitful collaboration. Let's kill a king! Thank you, Kafguika. Everyone, together, we'll kill the king. I'm sure of it. Then let's not waste any time. We've been wondering about Zerolja's whereabouts. Is there a palace inside that tower? After a fashion, the king resides in the uppermost level, but while a queen's fiend has a penchant for going out in public, he seldom shows himself. What's more, his movements are highly classified. Not even his commanders are privy to that information. If anyone knows where he is at any given time, it could only be the queen. Even if we don't know his whereabouts, Zerolja will eventually march on Tuliolol again. That's when we can go after him. The drawback is we'd have to wait for the invasion to happen. Innocents would be put in harm's way. There's also the possibility that he'll leave everything to his minions and not command the army in person. No, he'd go in person. No, he'll take the field. What makes you so certain? My brother has always yearned to surpass our father. That's why he attacked Tuliolol. After waiting for 30 years, the first thing he wanted to do was demonstrate his newfound strength. But killing Papa didn't satisfy him. So now he's bent on proving himself stronger than me and Kawana, who bested him in the light of succession. He challenged me to strike him down. He wants a duel to show everyone that he's superior to the Dawn Servant, and he won't let his minions deprive him of the pleasure. He also cheated to be strong enough to kill his own father. Then why hasn't he appeared and given you your chance? Surely he's aware of our presence here. At that, I can only guess. Perhaps he wants to dazzle us with his wondrous realm. But if he won't deign to appear, then we'll force him to do so. Even as we gather intelligence, we make no move to attack him. Show absolutely no interest in a confrontation. Knowing him, he'll tire of waiting and turn his attention to Kawana instead. He'll attack Tuliolol again, like he said he would. I see. If you believe this the best approach, then we have no objections. Any campaign against Tuliolol requires that Zerolja lead his forces through Vanguard. We'll have lookouts to keep an eye on it day and night. Such a strategy is certainly viable. If we're proceeding with it, though, we should warn those outside. Indeed, they'll need time to prepare their defenses. I should be glad to coordinate our efforts. I'm already in regular contact with Ishtola, and we'll make sure to keep our comrades appraised of developments. You can leave Vanguard to us. We'll send word at the first sign of movement. It seems we have a plan. While we wait for Zerolja to move, you do well to prepare for battle, and it begins with familiarizing yourselves with the technology that empowers him. To that end, I'll show you to Oblivion's main headquarters. Oh? I thought this place was it. You'd be impressed to know that we're located right inside that tower, in the residential district of Solution 9. Hiding a tree in the forest, as it were. The only question is how to get you through the checkpoints. About that. Sphene said that she'd make it so that we could enter without issue. She did. Curious. She's not supposed to have such authority over the sentries. If I recall correctly, her words were that she would register us as guests. I see. Perhaps we're in the clear then. When you're ready, come and meet me at the tower entrance. Before you head out, give us a moment to introduce ourselves properly, eh? After all, names are good to know when we're working together. Oh, I accidentally clicked pin on something. However, I think what I pinned is incredibly hilarious, so I'm just going to leave that pinned. I didn't mean to do it, but it's funny, so fuck it. Fate has decided. Let me note these down. So we've got Geode. We've got Nostalgia. What a name, Nostalgia. And why? Wayakwi. Well, Oblivion has operatives all over, with the main crew here. I'm Geode, the leader of this hideout, and the dependable young twins behind me are Nostalgia and Wayakwi. I'm Nostalgia. It's a pleasure to meet you. My sister and I were born and raised inside the barrier. We've been with Oblivion for 3 years, and our main duties are surveying, surveillance, and provisioning. Twins, eh? That explains the resemblance. Wayakwi is a Tanawatan name, unless I'm mistaken. That's right. Our mother is Tuliolan, and our father is Alexandrian. They wanted to honor both cultures. They're beautiful names. Thank you. Though I've no memories of my mother, I like to think I carry a part of her with me. That's not ominous. We're really just skipping over that? They stripped you of all memories of your mom? Meaning that your mom is dead? Hopefully? Because the alternative is so much worse. So, what made you decide to join Oblivion? Why would they have to strip the memories? I wonder if it's a part of using the souls as batteries, essentially? We wanted to avenge our father. Ambrose was his name, and years ago, he was hit by a curb stomp at SummerSlam. He was taken away after a scuffle with a soldier over a disagreement. I'm sorry, that's a deep wrestling cut. Don't worry, but that's not that deep wrestling cut, but it was a minor incident, so at first we clung to the hope that he'd be released. But when months went by with no word from or about him, we made the decision to remove our regulators. We had already lost the memories of our mother. We didn't want to lose those of our father as well. They've all forgotten about him now. Everyone who had known him. That bastard. Even here, he thinks nothing of his own people. Sometime later, we were approached by a member of Oblivion. Hoping to get justice for our father, we joined the Order. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to darken the mood. No, I appreciate you sharing this. Together, we'll avenge your father. Thank you. Something tells me you have what it takes. You introduce yourself too. Go on. It's pretty much the same story for me. And while mine is a Tonawatan name, I haven't the faintest how things are outside the barrier. It's my dream to go and see it with my own eyes. Our mother's homeland. Once peace is restored, you must come and visit. The wilds are beautiful, the food delicious, and everyone's so nice. You'll love it. Only 30 years will pass during your visit. And that's us here. You'll meet others in the back room. That's our headquarters. Some of them are a little eccentric, but they have good hearts all. Elenspia. One last thing. It isn't exactly my place to say this, but thank you for seeking out Kafkwika. She talks about you so much. It's clear how important you are to her. I am a cutie. Thank you, Kurt. That's all. Be good to your mother while you still can, eh? Hang on. Okay, I remember that a long time ago I had a redeem where I called somebody in chat a cutie. And I'm glad that I removed that. Just making sure I did. Well, we'll let you go now. Feel free to use this hideout as you like. Cutscene? Meanwhile, in Everkeep. Oh no. Oh, that looks bad. That's bad, right? Oh, that's bad. Hey, Zerolja.
You've been consulting with Wook Lamont.
Yep.
No matter. I do not know what you are scheming.
I gotta go do a Savage Heaven Dawntrail. Bye, Kurt.
But when your realm lay on the brink, you were powerless. You had no choice but to turn to me. Whatever sentiment you may feel for her, it is my power you require. Is it not?
Perhaps. And yet, knowing the love that Wook Lamont bears for her people, how she regards them all as kin.
I only just realized that the Mamulja look a lot like elites from Halo. Is that just me?
I cannot help but wish to spare her the same pain I have suffered. What's more, her friends possess new knowledge. Were we to work together, we might find another path.
Sphene, he can kill you.
I know you're loath to consider it, but is there no hope for peace with Tuliolo? What we've already done may be unforgivable, but it needn't continue. You needn't kill your brother and sister.
I slew my only flesh and blood. Yet you attempt to sway me with an appeal to family. The memory of my father's final moments still fills me with disappointment. Age came for him before I did. For long years, I sought to prove the miracle. And weak as he was, defeating him achieved nothing.
Also, you had to get a beast power up in order to do it.
To kill them is my only recourse. Wook Lamont and Kona, who bested him as he was in his prime.
They are still your siblings, even if not by blood. That such bonds should mean so little to you.
I am bound to no one. Serve none save myself. I made that clear when first you spoke to me in the Golden City. Remember, I can easily kill your beloved family. If you would protect them, cast aside any foolish notions. Your wisdom and abilities are valuable insofar as our goals align. So think well before you act, Queen of Reason. Wook Lamont, if you are Father's worthy successor, then you will find your way to me. But should you fall short, I will lay waste to Tuliolal.
Why though?
What now?
Right, Kafrika is waiting. Let's head to the tower. Fair enough. Bye. Have fun. We'll see you. I'm mildly concerned that we're not going to have... There was a bit of foreshadowing in Dawntrail. I have to look at my notes to remember what it was exactly. But a bit of foreshadowing in Dawntrail that never went fully resolved / satisfied. I never attuned to the outskirts. Whoops. That never went fully satisfied. It feels like there's a lot of foreshadowing. Like, Sphene feels like she should be more evil than she is. She could just be a good egg. I could be reading too much into it. I don't know. I keep waiting for more shoes to drop. Maybe it's just a suspenseful situation. And me not knowing which way the story is going to go, I'm taking to mean that the story is trying to trick me. When will these flying shoes stop tormenting us? No, my mom has asked for her address. For my address. She hasn't asked for her address. Obviously. Let's see. If she's gonna start heading for me soon, I might have to sign off. I just attuned, right? Yeah. I am curious about what's inside the tower, at least. Oh, I like that the text box for the sentries is different. That's cute. That's cute. That's more. I like that's the more classic Final Fantasy text box. That's really cute. Ah, there you are. If Queen Sphene has registered you as guests, you should be able to march right in. And if she hasn't, and you may have a swarm of Zoralja's minions to deal with. Nothing for it but to see if Sphene has betrayed us, eh? Thank you for your diligent service, friends. My companions and I would like to pass, if you'd be so kind. Outowner Guide Unit identified. Registration number verified. 6 accompanying civilians identified. Verifying credentials. Credentials verified. Welcome, guests of Queen Sphene. What a relief. There you have it. Seems the Queen was true to her word. Follow me, everyone. Solution 9 awaits. Alas, I think this is probably going to be the best place for me to stop regardless, because I'm going to have to take notes, and I am so sleepy. Oh god. We need a nap. Still, let's see what the final area or final city is gonna look like. What? Oh my god, it's the Citadel.
Everkeep. A tower of electrope piercing a perpetual shroud of storm clouds. Occupying the 9th level of this 12-tiered structure is a residential district called Solution 9. In so naming their home, what hopes did its founders harbor for it? And did it prove the answer they sought?
This is a city of like billions, right?
Spectacular, isn't it? There are more districts throughout the tower, including industrial ones, but Solution 9 is the largest.
Just being here makes my head spin.
Perfectly natural reaction. A city of shimmering electrope, replete with strange technologies that cater to every conceivable need. We never dreamed the light back home in Tuliolo. Now, while I go and explain the situation to those in the back room, why not take a moment to explore? I believe lived experiences are far more educational than dry explanations. And you want to know more about Sphene and Zoralja's Dominion, do you not?
You had me at explore.
I had a feeling you'd be keen.
Just to confirm, while we have been allowed inside, are we also permitted to roam?
Absolutely. As Sphene's registered guest, you'll find you're exempt from the sentry scrutiny. The elevator to the uppermost level. I wouldn't go near that. But other areas should be fine provided you act like you belong.
All right then, we'll show ourselves around.
Yes. Familiarizing ourselves with the technology here will help us prepare for the battles to come.
Try not to enjoy yourselves too much, or you're liable to attract attention.
Once you've explored to your satisfaction, come to the entrance to True View in the eastern sector. The way from there is a little complicated, so I'll send someone to guide you.
Okay.
Understood. We'll see you later.
Having like 30 people die or whatever in Tuliolo is so much fun. They're just so excited to run around and explore. What children?
Residents. Perhaps one of them will recognize the earring.
God, there they go. Yeah, it's best for us to split up.
What's with this place? How can this all be the inside of a tower?
I also wonder that.
So, what aren't you telling me? Where are you?
That I can't reveal yet. Precautions, you understand. Just know that I'm safe.
Mr. Wolfish walking to Solution 9. I mean, I'm still kind of confused, but I'm waiting to be able to look around by myself.
But come, tell me about your adventurer friend. You seem to have a great deal of faith in him. You must have been through a lot together.
You might say that. For instance, we found the entrance to the Golden City.
Seems like you found a different way inside.
Wait, what? You did? Eleanor's mentioned this sooner?
Ma'am, you're inside the Golden City.
You want to explore together?
No.
It's not that I'm scared or anything. Everything is just so different from home is all.
So it wasn't much of a... We'd been given concept art of this place at FanFest, so it wasn't as much a reveal. Want to see there was so much fresh reaction. I'm surprised that they gave away concept art of this place, considering that this is like, you know, am I still in level 97 territory? Yeah, level 97. This is near the end of the expansion right now. Okay, this place might not necessarily house literal billions, but millions at least. One of those towers, that tower could probably host the entire population of Tuliolol, the city. And this is a city. Well, that explains why Tuliolol itself was so empty. I think I found the endgame city. I'm assuming I found the endgame city. Wild. Just the scale of everything mildly confuses me. I'm ignoring the Doctor Who aspect of it because this is so much bigger on the inside than it was on the outside, but FFS spoilerized it was a big misstep. Imagine starting up Dawntrail knowing for a fact it has to eventually lead here. That is very confusing / alarming. I like the color scheme. The purple makes a lot of sense with the lightning aspected part of the plane, or at least where it ended up. It's thematic is what I'm trying to say. This is wild to me because just thinking about it / realizing about it, this is more impressive in scale and technology than like the Asian city. Wild. Look, Lamont, what's going on? Towers inside a tower. I see it, but I still can't believe it. For now, I say we proceed straight ahead. If we feel like we're getting lost, we can always turn around and come back the way we came. Like, just straight up fancy, but recognizably fancy shops and everything around the corners. There's no day / night either. My assumption when they told us about the City of Gold was the Solution 9 was the City of Gold, yeah. It's honestly why I'm considering skipping the FanFest this time around. I'm not saying it was tracked because I don't want to end this music for everyone else. Which? My brain was immediately like, where's Baby Shark in this melody? But no. Crossroads already? This place is too much. I have no idea where I should go. Right. I made up my mind. Let's head for that building over there. Alas, it is such a pain / problem that, unfortunately for everyone involved, making things functional and effective is way more important than making things cool 90% of the time. Yep.
Ah, there you are, Lamati.
Do you not have a secret service or anything?
Sphene.
I was worried you might have had trouble at the checkpoint, but I see everything went according to plan.
Well, that's thanks to you.
Now, I know you've scarcely arrived, but I have a request to make of you.
Oh, a request, you say?
Yes, an important one.
Go on. Come on. Sphene, you're killing me here. Oh, okay. You know, yeah, we're so hidden.
I'll say it plain. I want you to make peace with Zoralja.
No.
What? I thought you said you weren't on his side.
Could you fucking imagine just trying to like walk to the grocery store and then suddenly you saw like two world leaders in an alleyway discussing peace negotiations?
We have come no closer to seeing eye to eye, nor do I condone his methods. Be that as it may, I don't want you to fight him. I don't want you to regret a decision made in anger and haste. Unequipped with regulators as you are, the risk is too great.
You don't think we can win?
I appreciate your concern, but you ask the impossible. Zoralja murdered our father. His minions slaughtered our countrymen. He will never renounce his war. As vow of resolve, it falls to me to stop him.
Nice camera shot, by the way.
I know you love your people too. And so you must understand how I feel. Why I cannot, will not back down.
Hilarious shot of a dude just walking
I do
past.
Understand. All too well. Let me say only this then. Zoralja will use any means to win. If you would protect your people, return to them at once and prepare. Prepare as best you can. It may ring hollow coming from the queen of an enemy nation. But unlike me, you still have the power to determine your own fate.
Ominous. Loaded. Okay, go on.
You really are a curious one. Look, you needn't worry for us. We have dependable comrades holding the fort in Tulihiola. They'll keep everyone safe, so we can devote our attention to affairs here.
Please.
Don't worry. We're gonna kill that sumbitch.
So you have comrades on whom you can rely.
Why did the Family Guy theme song just start playing in my head?
I envy you.
You know, we'd like to learn more about you.
About me?
To be frank, we're still not sure whether or not you're trustworthy.
I thought you were with Lamont.
So, if you have a moment, would you show us around the district? That way, we can get to know you better.
You're asking me, the Queen, to show you around?
Feels only fair.
Oh, but I jest. I'm flattered that you've taken an interest in me.
You showed us around a farm like an hour ago.
Very well. I shall be your guide. You're my guests, after all, and teaching you about my realm would be a pleasure in and of itself. If you like, I can introduce you to my citizens, too. I consider them family, as you do yours.
By all means. We're in your capable hands.
That you are. This will be an enjoyable and enlightening tour. I promise.
Fascinating. That's why she had to be frank. Wicklamat would trust her outright. Frank is cautious. The funny thing is wondering which Frank you could be referring to. The Queen's Tour. Alright, fair enough. This is probably going to be my last quest, and then I'm just going to sign off. I'm not going to be able to take notes, unfortunately. Let's begin then, shall we? I must say, I'm really grateful. This place is so vast and confusing. I didn't even know where to begin. While the district may seem daunting in size and structure, all the key facilities are situated near ley nodes, or what do you call aetherites. Remember this, and you won't lose your way. I like that aetherite, that's cool. Now then, seeing as it is right here, I will show you the Nexus Arcade first. Please follow me. Could you imagine GTA 5 comes out, you don't want to wait for GTA 6. You step outside to do a shopping day in Tuliolol, and by the time you come back, it's out. That's what I would use time powers for, I guess. Oh, they have a directory. That's cute. And motorcycles? So those are roads above us. I didn't want to presume. This complex is home to all manner of shops. From food and daily necessities to technological conveniences, you can find most everything here. Everkeep's interior is vast, as you've observed. This arcade makes it possible for people to acquire what they need in one centralized location. Amazing! How do you get to the upper levels? I don't see stairs. Do you see the glowing pattern over yonder? That is an automatic conveyor. I want to go on the conveyor, please. Such contraptions are found throughout Everkeep, allowing us to swiftly move between faraway places. That will spare some walking. Are they also made from that strange metal? What's it? Yeah, the conveyors are powered by Electro. As a matter of fact, that ore is integrated into just about everything in Everkeep, even the floors and walls. There are many roads and vehicles to traverse them, but people actually driving, well, I suppose CBU3 probably didn't want to implement hit and runs. It'd be neat just to see some traffic in the distance. It'd be hilarious to see a traffic jam. By etching arcane circuits upon it, Electro can be used to convert lightning energy to those of other elements. In so doing, we can achieve various effects. For instance, a conversion to wind produces flotation, which is required for the propulsion of our flying vehicles. A conversion to fire, meanwhile, produces light and heat, and is employed in devices such as street lamps and heaters. There are even self-heating cups that will keep your drink warm. Can you make a drink cold if you convert to ice instead? You certainly can. Our vending machines do just that. What's more, multiple energies can be combined to produce some clever effects. For instance, by manipulating the air with wind while projecting light with lightning, it's possible to alter one's appearance. It's almost scary what you can do with Electro. If such a wondrous material existed in our world, I imagine everyone would be fighting over it. Well, funny we should say that, I guess. This shop over here, what does it sell? Yes. Let's go take a look. Way to step right in it, Wicklamat. Oh no, we're at a Dutch angle. Are we tilted or am I insane? I dare say you will find it interesting. Why are we tilted? Oh, thank God. I need that to cut so I could stop feeling mildly dizzy. Oh yeah, here's all the players. This shop sells food. Those are the items on the counter. That's food? I can't imagine what they taste like. I thought you might be surprised. Your countrymen were too in the beginning. Come, you must sample something. Choose one, and I will purchase it. Welcome, friends. How lucky you are for Her Majesty to treat you. The 5 items in display are most popular. I recommend one of them if this is your first time. What? I'll take the hexagons, please. The synthetic fruit pellets. They are best approximation of the taste and flavor of grapes. That's the best goddamn joke Final Fantasy XIV has had. I've never tried the real fruit, so I can't say how faithful they are, but there's no denying their popularity. Hang on, now I want to know what everything else is. Ah, the revivifying tonic. I take it you're thirsty. The flavors of a sublime blend of sweet and salty, and it stays fresh for over 10 years thanks to the special container. Keen on the perfect meal bar, are you? It's all the nutrients your body needs packed into a single foodstuff. The flavor is formulated to never taste dull, and one bar will satisfy you for a whole day. Many folks prefer this to taking multiple meals. I'm sure Charlene would lose their shit if they found out about it. Ah, yes, the salad paste. This is designed for those who are concerned about their figure. With its blend of 9 varieties of vegetables, it'll help your efforts to slim down. Fashion models swear by it, and youths can't get enough of the stuff either. This here is cultivated steak. It's not quite the same as the real thing they produce in the outskirts, but it's a sight more affordable. This particular product is known as Gold Label, and it's a delicious hybrid of beef and chicken grown at the plant on the 4th level. Fascinating. I'll take the squapes. Please. Thank you. While they're all very tempting, I'm going to have the steak. I'm absolutely starving. Thank you for your custom. This being Her Majesty's treat, it's bound to taste all the better. Say, would you mind sampling your selections here now? It's been a long time since we had newcomers, and I'd love to see your reactions. Is this going to be disgusting? This is a great chance to learn about Alexandrian culture, Deca. Let's dig in. Did anyone else eat the grubs at Mord's Souk? What? Also, hi, Shadow. Also, Final Fantasy XIV quest markers? Final Fantasy XIV FanFest 2026 EU Content Unlock Quest Chat. 2026 NA Main Scenario Quest. Alright, here I go. Following Work Lamont's lead, you sample your selection. Amazing! I've never had any meat like this before. It's tender like chicken, but flavorsome like Ranrik, and the spices give it just the right amount of kick. I could eat this every day. These fashions fascinate me. Don't mind them. They're just happy to see your honest reaction. And how about you? It's interesting. I can't imagine that a facsimile of grapes would be a good taste. It's always such a pleasure. My thanks for humoring me. That does take me back. Though it was chaotic when the people of Tuliyola first arrived, we endeavored to learn about one another and embrace our differences. That's hilarious considering that the people of Tuliyola were like 100 people maximum. And this is a city of millions. Right. What about you, Sphene? Aren't you having something to eat too? I appreciate the thought, but I'm fine for now. Thank you. Alright, but what's your favorite food, if you don't mind me asking? My favorite food? Sphene? Why do you wish to know this? Because I want to get to know you better. Why else? The more you know someone, the more you grow fond of them. That's what my old man believed, and my experiences have led me to believe the same. My favorite food? Is it such a difficult question? Breaded pork tenderloin with gravy, mashed potatoes, and applesauce. I'm sorry, it's just, when I think of those who labor to bring us the food, I find I can't settle on one thing. I thought I was indecisive, but you're something else. Indecisive? Perhaps I am, but you don't need to laugh about it. You got his drop for viewing the mainstream with people streaming in the category during FanFit. What the fuck was that? Wait, what? Was that? What was that? I don't know about you, but I'm satisfied. Let's keep moving. Very well. Next, I was thinking of showing you the residential sector, but it's in part so I can tend to personal matters. It's a visitation, to be precise, and I believe it will be educational for you as well. Would the two of you mind accompanying me? Not at all. Wonderful. Let me know when you've seen enough here, and we'll make our way. I want to ride those flying platforms. I'm going to be devastated if this doesn't work. I'm satisfied. I also appreciate that they turned you invisible so that they didn't have to draw an animation. Ooh, desks. Neat. Materia. Okay, fair enough. Some part of me was hoping that there would be more on the other floors, but I accept what I get. Air Wheeler Dealer? Oh, shit. Maybe there's like a Pokemon fan club nearby that I can endear myself to, and they'll give me a free ticket for a bike. Ready? Now let's head to the residential district. It's to the southwest. As we walk, I'd be glad to tell you about any places of interest we come upon. You got 7.5 million gil? Nope. When DT first released, there was a bug where if two players occupy the same space, one would stack on top of each other, and this would continue if more people moved onto this space. So they would make they'd make towers of people. That's a hell of a way to idle. This is Mosaic, a cafe. Here you can buy drinks to enjoy while you relax. I see. In Tuliyola, there's a similar establishment near Zabali of Tea. That's a seashell in the local tongue. Is there a story behind the name Mosaic? There is. In our continent, the races are named for stones. There's the hewn, who resembles some Tonawata, the tall and graceful Eldite, and the diminutive and affable Malala. While they all gather here, there appears a mosaic of colors. Thus did the founder choose to name the cafe. That's nice. If they serve tacos here, it'd be perfect. Tacos? A traditional Turali dish and one of my favorite foods. You must try it one day. Oh, yes, definitely. We'll make it happen once we've restored peace to Tuliolo. Right, let's continue on. Why does she not eat? Is she a robot? Was she telling on herself earlier when she mentioned that you could use wind and light or something in order to modify your appearance to appear different? And here we are. These buildings are where our citizens live. They're massive. Each one is bigger than the palace. They have to be, for just about all Alexandrians have apartments here. Lest you wonder, I'm here to visit some people. Their apartment is in the building on the left, here at Residential Radius 914. Residential Radius? That's right. Come, the doors opens automatically. Heh, 914. I don't understand what is relevant about the date. I assume it's a date. This is the lobby, a common area for the residents. I see. And what does that machine there do? Ah, the concierge. They look after the residents. If you require assistance or have questions, they would be glad to assist. Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 14. Ah, I see. Is that so? I have no shortage of questions, but I'll direct them at you for now. By all means, you may consider me your personal concierge. What is that in the back? Hang on, I'm sorry, I'm really curious. I must walk. I see purple lights. I wish to see what the purple lights are. A wall. Fascinating. Onwards and upwards. This is the place. A mother and son live here. Oh no. Damn, a double floor apartment? In the city? Hello, Isadora. Your Majesty, you came. I have friends with me today. Is that alright? Of course. Friends of the Queen are friends of ours. Please, make yourselves at home. Honestly, it'd probably be great to live here. I'm mildly surprised. Oh, wait, you mean in real life? I mean, yeah, they are a city of the future where they can automatically generate all they need and want. How has Milos been? There's been no change, but the symptoms are thankfully mild today. Hello, Milos. Have you missed me? My son was born with Levin sickness, a severe etheric imbalance toward lightning. Oh, I should write that down. Also, clever name. Well, actually, very blunt name, but I still appreciate it. As a result, he suffers from paralysis. He cannot walk and struggles to speak. For a blessing, he still has his hearing, and even on bad days he can communicate with his eyes. I see. Sphene visits often, does she? She does. Milos simply adores her. He sometimes even manages to smile while she's here. What of yourself, Isidora? How have you been holding up? You needn't worry about me, Your Majesty. You always make time for us, and we have everything we need. I'm glad to hear that. But you mustn't strain yourself, understood? There's nothing you can do for him? Perhaps a treatment with souls, or... Unfortunately, no. While souls can revive those who have met with an accident, we cannot reverse the effects of old age and illness. Truth be told, many children are born like Milos. The illness has existed for generations, and we've been unable to find a cure. The cause is quite clear, though. The excess lightning in the environment. It's no coincidence the number of cases has risen dramatically these past 30 years. And it's all my fault. What was that? I'm sorry, Isidora, but I must be going. I promise to make it a proper visit next time, with treats to share. I'm writing that down. There's no need to apologize, Your Majesty. If it weren't for you, Milos and I wouldn't still be here. Thank you, Queen Sphene. Aw, he can talk. It's my pleasure, Milos. I'll be back soon, so be a good boy. For your mother and for me. Fascinating. My thanks for accompanying me on this visit. The illness is a part of life in Alexandria, and I thought you should know about it. We'll find a cure one day, mark my words. We'll make it so unfortunate children like Milos smile again. Okay. Big stretch. Unfortunately, I'm out of time. We have made it to level 98 MSQ, so that's fun. But I'm out of time. I don't even have the time to write down my notes, so I'm going to have to do that off stream or at the start of next stream. Considering my habits, probably the start of next stream. But yeah, I will be back with Final Fantasy XIV on Tuesday. This time, there's definitely not going to be a surprise stream tomorrow because I'm busy all day tomorrow as well. So, have a good one, y'all. Before I leave, I guess I should wrap up my feelings on this. The sci-fi aspect of, like, the dome appearing and the invasion happening was, like, a shock to me, but it didn't make me feel bad. This makes me feel weird. The sci-fi city makes me feel very, very weird. Not bad, just weird. I need to see where this story goes so I can see what happens, but I liked the way the first and the source were always fully separated, because as long as you keep those separate, then there's no cross-contamination questions, for lack of better ways to phrase it. There's no problems of why don't people from the source bring food to people on the first or whatever. Here, this confuses me. Once you make a civilization so advanced and you give it contact with the outside world, here, where we go with Electrope in the city of the future where everyone has their needs fully met, meanwhile Tuliolol is, you know, constructed of wood. I mean, fuck, people were starving in Hanu, not the Hanu, that's not the name of the village, but in the Hanu village because of a lack of food from a harvest. This is not genuine, like, criticism or anything. This is just me wondering, like, where does this story go to handle stuff like that? It's really the technology that is the biggest thing. Like, cross-contamination of technology in real life is so quick in the scheme of things. Now, well, I'll find out more on Tuesday. Until then, I'm not going to bother rating or anything. Have a good rest of your Saturdays. Have a good rest of your weekends. Stream is back on Tuesday. Yeah. Goodbye, everybody. I gotta say, the introduction of Solution Eyes had disastrous effects on the RP community. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yep. Fair enough. Alright, for realsies. I gotta go. Bye bye.